I got their shelter moved. Had to just put that thing on my back and carry it over there. So now I gotta go and rake it out underneath. You know what they say, if there's a will, there's a way. So I'm gonna get a rake and I'm gonna rake everything out from underneath and then put some fresh hay down and go from there. Never mind, I found a better spot. So I moved it from there back over here. It was right there. I don't know, I was just sort of walking with a pitchfork and realized it was really muddy over there and not as muddy over here. So this is what we're gonna stick with. I just want to break for a minute. As we were out painting yesterday, the lady that owns the art shop follows our Sunnyside page. And, you know, I've heard this comment before. You know, she said that she follows what I do here on the farm. But she said, man, it's a lot of work, and I don't think I would have the heart to do it. And I knew exactly what she meant. I get this comment a lot from people, and you know, she was basically referring to, you know, ending an animal's life. And you know, it's never easy. You know, it's not easy for us either. I don't think anybody enjoys taking a life. And I understand her position and her thoughts and feelings. I respect them, I honor them. But, you know, what really moved me to want to do this for our family is, I watched a documentary about big industry meat farming. And the living conditions that those animals undergo are horrific. And if you're buying something, ooh, oh my gosh, look at this mushroom. Sorry. Oh my. Check out the, it's gorgeous. It's a little bit on the older side, but man, that's a biggie. Look at that guy. Super cool. Anyways, yeah, I saw this documentary and I mean, I can stomach a lot of difficult stuff, but I got 5 minutes in, and funny enough, it started with pigs, with pork, and I got 5 minutes in and I just couldn't watch it. It shattered my soul. And that's when I made the decision that I was going to support local farmers. Because farmers love their animals. They take extremely good care of their animals. They value their life. They love on them. Especially small-time farmers. You know, that's when I made the decision that I really wanted to, you know, raise our own meat for my family. You know, and the trade-off is that I give these animals a life. You know, my chickens get to act like birds. They get to act like chickens. They take dust baths. They see natural sunlight. They eat bugs and grass. They interact with children who love them. They have a mass amount of space to roam free. We take really good care of our animals. We love them. Not only because we love them, because they are part of our farm and our family, but also they're an investment, you know, and I'm gonna take care of my investments. And the same thing goes for our pigs. You know, I love these pigs. This go around, I'm trying not to get as emotionally attached as the first round of pigs, because it is hard. It's difficult. It's very difficult to end an animal's life, especially after you've been raising it since it's a baby. But you know, I'm not going to be a vegetarian. And no one in my family is. So the trade-off is that I give them a life, a humane life. I care for them. And they feed my family. And I know it's easy to go into the grocery store and pick up a package of meat because you are totally disconnected from that process. But if you're getting your meat from a grocery store, those animals, I'm just being real with you. Some of you are going to get really butthurt over this. Like, you're going to get offended. But this is the truth. They lived a horrific life. They didn't even live a life. The chickens are born and raised in a shoebox. They live their entirety in a shoebox, in a warehouse. You know, that's the dirty truth. So I think it's extremely important for people to stay connected to the realities of life. And the reality is that if you eat meat, that animal had to be butchered, you know? Someone had to take that animal's life. And if you're totally disconnected from that process, I mean, I don't even think kids these days understand how that meat is farmed. They just think meat comes from the grocery store. You know, I think it's a real disservice to children and to adults to disconnect them from, yeah, I mean, that part of it sucks. Yeah, you have to kill an animal. But there is a deep love and appreciation for that life. Just like the Native Americans, you know, anytime that they killed a deer, they honored that deer. They used every single part of that deer. And that deer allowed them to sustain life, their life and their community. And so that is my thought process of anytime I'm harvesting animals on my farm. I value their life. I am thankful for the gift that they are giving my family. And every single part of the animal is used, whether it's composted, whether it's turned into food for our dog, or recycled back to the chickens. I mean, chickens are omnivores. They eat meat. So if you see on packaging that says these birds were fed a vegetarian diet, that's not good. Chickens aren't supposed to be vegetarians. They're omnivores. They eat greens and they're supposed to eat meat. Meat. They need protein. So, you know, and again, labels and packaging are misleading. Please do your homework. Do your due diligence. You know, just because they put that something's pasture raised, they're allowed to put that label on as long as the animals have a certain amount of square footage. And you would be shocked at the amount of animals per square footage. So please do not be misled by these labels. Support local, support small farmers. You're gonna get way better quality meat from somebody that's local. So, you know, and a lot of these industry farmers, warehouses really, packed with animals, they have to treat them with medication. Now, whether they're giving them shots or whether they're putting it into their food, when the packaging with chicken says they're never given antibiotics, they may not be injecting those chickens, but they're putting it in their feed, because you cannot have that many animals crammed into a small space without some sort of illness developing. Because animals, they shit and pee everywhere. Literally everywhere. And if you have them jam-packed into a warehouse, then that warehouse is full of shit and pee. And they're eating it. And they're rolling around in it. So in order to control disease, because they're jam-packed into a warehouse, they have to vaccinate and basically, you know, medicate these animals to keep any kind of illnesses at bay. Why? Because it's money. It's all about money. If you lose a whole warehouse of pork, like, you're losing your ass on that. So again, do your homework, guys. And you know, I really do understand, and I'm not knocking. It doesn't upset me when people say, you know, I could never do what you're doing. I completely understand those comments. They don't upset me. Again, I honor and love each and every one of you, even if, you know, you are a vegetarian or you're a vegan or, you know, whatever it is. That's cool. But you know, I'm choosing to do this, even though it is difficult work. But I don't know if you guys can tell, I really love difficult stuff. I like to do hard work. It's rewarding, and I know that I'm giving my family the very best. So, you know, to that, I just, as always, I encourage you guys to really support your local farmers. If you want to find out who's in your area, feel free to leave me a comment, DM. I know several homesteaders, small-time farmers. I would love to, you know, give you a lead and, you know, give you an option. So anyways, I hope everyone is doing great, and yeah, check in with you guys later. Peace.